Hey everyone, it's Road to Retire, and this video I want to dedicate to my appreciation for Caleb Hammer. So if you don't know who Caleb Hammer is, he is a YouTuber. I think he's at north of 700,000 subscribers right now. He has a series called Financial Audit where he goes over typically millennials' finances, how bad they are, the debt situation they're in, and tries to better their financial life essentially. And I would never consider myself, I'm fortunate enough to be in a financial position where I'm not like extremely stressed or anything like that. I feel like I'm always getting paranoid about my own finances, but I never in comparison to other people's situations. Hello, cat. I never feel like I'm in that great of danger financially or anything, so I'm in a better shape. But that being said, as someone, if you followed my channel, you may have realized that I have financial ADHD. I have paralysis by analysis, where it's like 1 month I'll be hell-bent on like, oh my God, I want to pay the house off. The next month I'll be, oh, let's fund a dividend fund. Let's do the Bills to Billions challenge that was on this channel. Let's put it all into some kind of investment or whatever. I couldn't make up my mind. And then part of it was I was having medical issues earlier this year and mid-year. And it was just like my checking account. I wasn't comfortable with my checking account, but that's because I didn't really have any personal savings. Long story short, I started watching Caleb Hammer's videos religiously like 2 to 3 months ago. And it was always the harp of the emergency fund, and his quote is having or not having an emergency fund is an emergency. And even though my wife and I have a ton of savings together where it's more than what would constitute a normal emergency fund. And theoretically, I could pull from our joint savings account in the event of emergency. That's kind of what we have it for, is emergencies. But it still made me feel uncomfortable that I didn't have my own. So the skinny of it is that my wife and I have separate checking accounts and we have a joint savings account. So in my opinion, this is the way to go because, back when I was a degenerate gambler, I didn't want to take from a joint checking account and have to justify, hey, why are you losing $800 at the casino? And it's because, hey, I wanted to play $50 blackjack. And having to justify that can cause a lot of strain in a relationship. So, and at the same time, I didn't want to make her feel like if she wanted to buy, a new pair of running shoes or whatever it was, that I didn't want to say, hey, what is this spending? I think this is the best way to go, joint savings, different checking, because it gives you the freedom to spend on what you want while still having the comfortability of a joint savings account where you are still functioning as a team working towards one financial goal and you're still connected financially, just not the, everyday nitty-gritty stuff that you can complain about. So I watched Caleb Hammer's videos and he's stressing on the emergency fund. So I said, screw it, I'm going to do it. And it has caused my financial ADHD to kind of come to a halt. And I've been so much happier despite it's such a little thing. So this is where I'm very, very transparent with everyone here about side hustles and whatnot. Here's my transparency about my own personal savings is that I put a crap ton of my own money into my wife and I's joint savings account. So my personal checking account would float around $2,000, and my personal savings account was not even so much of a savings account as much of was like overdraft protection. So that was like $1,000 in that same exact bank. Well, I said, I'm buckling down. I'm getting myself my own emergency fund. Even if I technically don't need it, I feel like it's just going to make me more comfortable about my checking account situation. Because realistically, if I wasn't putting so much into our joint savings account or stuff into like paying the house off early or stuff like that, my checking account would be a heck of a lot higher, and I feel like I could splurge a little bit on my life. But that's not I'm not a materialistic person, and I wouldn't really want to splurge. Nonetheless, for the entire month of August, I dedicated fully to two financial goals, and that was get $5,000 into a personal savings account and get my dividends to just pay me $20 a month to pay my cell phone bill, and then I'm not worried about it. And let me tell you, it has been awesome. It has been liberating. I have the $5,000. I was able to achieve that goal. The dividend fund took a little bit to build up. Had to get like $4,000 worth of equity, but we're finally there. And conservatively, it should pay me around $21, $22 a month, enough to pay the cell phone bill, which I have is $20 a month. So now that I have that cell phone bill taken care of for life, theoretically, if it never goes up, but it probably will, and I have my $5,000 emergency fund in case something comes up, just for me personally, maybe like a $4,000 medical bill comes along. I don't want to take from our joint savings that we work so hard to save, and I would use something like that, my personal savings, to pay that off. That would be awesome. But it's given me a lot of relief. And I feel like now, even if I'm doing stupid spending and my checking account gets down to like, I don't know, like $500 or something, like I'm not as like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Because it's like, I know I have this savings and I know my cell phone bill's paid off for life. And it's an awesome feeling and I don't have to really stress about that. And now my main focus, which is what I kind of wanted to build this Road to Retire channel on in the first place, which is pay the house off early. So every single side hustle that I'm doing right now is working to pay the house off early. And I feel like I've struggled with this like financial ADHD in the past, because it would be like, well, what's a better opportunity? Does it make more sense to pay the house off early? Does it make more sense to just work for the dividends? Does it make more sense to save money? And I'm the person who likes to go all in on something, but the problem is I would go all in for a month and then switch it up and then go all in on something else for another month. And it was just causing a lot of unnecessary stress. So now that I have like the emergency fund for myself, and I have a little bit of a dividend fund that I started, I can finally say like, okay, I checked those boxes. Let's get into the big kahuna box, which is paying off this mortgage. So it's a 30-year mortgage, and we started, the first payment was December of 2022, and it was a $290K loan, and we are, sorry, eye is bugging me. We are already at like $273,000, not even a year into it. So $17,000 of the house has been paid off already. And I think, so it's like, the math is like around 14-ish thousand that I just put from like side hustles and my own savings. I put into the house of additional payments besides our monthly minimum payments. And because of this, we've already saved about 3 years and 3 months of payments. So it's like, if I stop putting extra money right now into the house and I just did monthly minimum payments, it would be like 26 years and 9 months or whatever, like from the original loan, I'm saying. But we saved like 3 years in payments. We saved about $50,000 in interest if we were to stop doing extra payments right now. So it's been really alleviating, and I'm very appreciative for Caleb Hammer and kind of awaken me to like, all right, let's get my own personal emergency fund. I know I don't technically need it because of my wife and I's joint savings, but it has relieved a lot of financial ADHD. So maybe if you're like me out there, you're listening, one of my subscribers, and you kind of have the same thing going on where it's like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and your head just goes in so many financial directions. Maybe just getting that emergency fund and not touching it will kind of straighten things out like it did for me. It's like now I'm finally checking boxes and I feel like I'm more headstrong towards a singular goal. So it's just a little piece of information. It's just a video to thank Caleb. And, you know, maybe it's a little word of advice to all of you out there. If you're in a situation like me where it's like, I don't technically need the side hustle money, but all the side hustle money, I don't even see a dime of it. It goes towards something else. But this has alleviated my kind of stress with like, you know, am I doing the right thing with this side hustle money? Should I just be taking it for myself and enjoying life? I feel way more confident in what I'm doing now. And yeah, just thought I could share that message with you. So we're getting so close to 10,000 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. You all are awesome. I promise I'll get back to side hustle videos. But I just kind of wanted to do this as a, you know, like an update like I've been doing since I'm busy with the new job, learning everything. Yeah, I just wanted to make a quick update video. And thanks for subscribing. It's Road to Retire. Help me reach 10,000. I'll have to think of something to do when I reach 10,000K subscribers. It's happening. Oh, 10,000K, 10,000 subscribers. I'll have to think of something to do. Never thought I would get to this point, honestly. Never thought I would be monetized, but here I am. So hope you enjoyed the video, and be sure to leave comments on your personal financial situation if you're in something similar like me where you get financial ADHD, and I'll see everyone in the next one.